Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are after market close on Wednesday, August 23rd. We're going to take a look at QQQ today. So QQQ has been on a tear, as you can see here, coming all the way from this like double bottom right around 258-ish, and now up 369. Had a really strong day today. I'm interested to see if there's a trend line here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in some trend lines, some levels here on the Webull chart, and then we're going to flip over to Thinkorswim study and take a look at the channel, TTM squeeze indicator, and RSI. So we have this nice uptrend that it's been following, dipped below it a few days ago, but has quickly recovered. So I'm interested to see if it's going to continue to struggle with this uptrend or if it's going to get some footing along this sort of pronto. Also looking for any gaps. Let me toss a couple of gap levels in here. Got there and there. Let me see if we have any. Not really. Well, maybe there's a little gap there. Not super gappy, but gap. So gap to the upside there and the downside here. Okay. Now what I want to do is between those levels, I want to go back to where the previous price action was between, say, 336 and 379 and see what interesting price action took place there. So here's that area. Good level here. 347.81. Good level here. These levels are a little bit cleaner to me than the SPY levels that I put in on the last video I did. It's interesting how they sort of are generally mirroring each other, but also when you sort of unpack the price action, there's definitely distinct differences. Let's see, this guy right about here. questioning. What do we have? Let me hone in on this area here. Okay, that one I like. 361.59. Let's see if we have anything in this gappy area. Not really. I mean, I could put a level like here, but it seems like it's just gonna clutter more than anything. Okay, let's see how these levels are looking in recent price action. So, okay, so we're 369. So the next level up, as I see it, is sticky right around here, 369.41. But then there might be some decent room up toward 373. Let me see if the recent price action is showing anything. Yeah, I would put a level here-ish. Let's see. Looks to me to be a level right about there too. So that's probably the next level up after 369.41. I would look for 371.52-ish area. And then below, let me see if there's something sort of more relevant recently. Yeah, I would take bottom of this candle here. Right about 367.62, I think, is the closest level down. And then 365.21. And obviously this uptrend, pretty important as well, or probably the most important. Now we have this big gap here. So let me fill in some recent levels here. Okay, I would say we can just leave that for now, and then we can get more sort of in the weeds with it if and when the price action gets into those areas. So these are the levels that I'm going to be watching for the time being. Now let's flip over to Thinkorswim. Zoom in here. So a bunch of time out of the channel, drew back toward the mid-range, which is what we expect. Out of the channel, mid-range, and then lost the mid-range, came down, fell at the bottom of the channel, and now today is sort of hitting its head against the mid-range of the channel. So that retracement works obviously both ways. We look for it to retrace from above the channel back to the mid-range, from below the channel back to the mid-range. And so it's done that. And so it's pretty critical at this point what it's going to do from this mid-range. Is it going to push off and once again come down toward the lower bound of the channel, which would be about 357? Is it going to stabilize at the mid-range and eventually push toward the upper bound of the channel, which would put it about 379? That's sort of the question. It's a really important sort of pivot point or intersection at the moment. Now we do see also on the TTM squeeze indicator diminishing bearish momentum. So it was pretty caught in some bearish momentum, and has 3 days now, 3 candles of diminishing bearish momentum. So it could be that it's going to make a smooth sort of transition here, that bearish momentum is going to die out and switch to some bullish momentum. I don't know, to keep an eye on it, but 3 candles in a row isn't anything to sneeze at. All of these hiccups that we see here, where it briefly got strong and then died down again, those are 2 candles. So not to say that like 3 candles couldn't happen, but like 2 candles. So here's a 3 candle hiccup. So obviously it can happen, but more often than not, it seems to be a little bit more brief of a transition if it's only going to be a hiccup. So we'll see. RSI obviously on the rise, sitting about 50 right now, so nothing really preventing that RSI from moving pretty swiftly or strongly in one direction or the other. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for QQQ for the time being. And I hope you had a happy hump day and that you finished the week strong in the days ahead. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.